Good afternoon, everybody. Silver Dragon here, coming at you with some more Clockwork Empires, which has, just today actually, come out of its early access and into full release. So I no longer have to worry about it not having save compatibility in between versions, which was always a colossal pain in the ass at times. So yeah, we're gonna start up a new world, new game, and see what we can do with that. Now, as always, if you wish to have one of the characters named after you, feel free to let me know, and I will rename the Overseers as soon as I get them. Depending on how many people actually throw in a request, I may add some names for the workers as well, but usually I mostly go for the Overseers. Alright, this may take some time. Please wait while we regenerate your world. So yeah, it's been a pretty interesting jaunt through early access. There was definitely quite a bit of interesting content that was dropped in over time. There was always a few problems, of course, as is always the case. And I do hope they have added a few more bits and bobs as well when they finish tying everything up here. Alright, good enough. New game. Oh, apparently that biome is unlocked until I reach a population of 30. And also the loadouts that I have are restricted now. Interesting. So we got the temperate biomes, and that's it. So you have to unlock the more difficult biomes as you go along. And we can see the biome difficulty there as well. And the loadout difficulty. Oh, it's actually each location is locked to a certain loadout. Like this one is the Dauntless Dare. Interesting. Our best and brightest. The standard expedition seems to be the general one here. Are there any other restrictions between these other than a population of 30? Oh, this one requires reaching a population of 100. Goddamn. Well, I really do want to go... You know what? Yeah, let's go with the Dauntless. We start with nothing. So yeah, let's go with the Dauntless Dare. Tutorial? No, we don't need to enable the tutorial. I know what I'm doing. Onward for victory! And the Empire! That's a nice little, I think that's more of the blunderbuss, isn't it? Than the rifle. Huh. Anyway. Alright, so with the Dauntless Dare, I believe we start with nothing and possibly even just one or a couple guys. Let's see here. Might even be one guy. Welcome to the frontier. Your travels have seen you on a merchant ship over the frosty peaks. You find to rather enjoy the adventure. Your advance party is ready, and it's time to get to work expanding the empire with the overflowing... with workers ready to be shipped off to the colonies with available housing. Steel yourself for the imminent task that you will need to. Yes. Actually, yeah. So yeah, I start off with a good group of people, but we have no supplies. So we have a total population of 9 right now. The workplace capacity is, well, not very extensive. So we have 6 overseers at the moment. We're not really working on anything. And we can see what currently the demands are. Build a barracks, build a mine, the naturalist's office to explore the various nodes around the map. So the naturalist will go around and he will find ore veins. Whether I don't see any on the map right now, but say there's one little icon popped up around the malachite here. If he goes over and examines that, that would then allow us to build a mine over top of that, which would then harvest malachite. Now, usually you want to find an area that has, 2 or 3 of them really close together. That way you can get more bang for your buck. But anyway, let's go ahead and start this off here. So let's order them to chop. Ooh, I actually really don't like this as much. We're going to move a bit north, I think. Let's chop down some trees over here. Get a pretty sizable chopping section there. Let's have them work that out too. Alright. Now, let's see if we can get some basic food. There's got to be some bushes around here somewhere. Forage. Hopefully there's some bushes. We got these caps here, the white caps. But I'll probably get someone working immediately on a farm. I mean, it won't be much, but it'll at least give us something to go with. Let's also start leveling off this terrain here as well. So let's not clear terrain, that's not what I'm looking for. Zones and constructions. I want to flatten the terrain here so that we can actually have our housing and such set up. I'm going to make it pretty wide to start off with. Because once that's done, I'm going to have them... Let me do it again here for this little area as well. Let me extend it up here a bit. Excellent. That should be more than enough. Alright, so now each of the overseers will take some of these jobs. Let me also get one of them mining some rock here for us, because we'll need that to build some of our buildings as well. I think that's clay, if I'm not mistaken. Let me clear my hand here. Yeah, that's clay, so we won't need that for a while. But let's go ahead and unpause this and let them get to work. Wild grapevine as well. Let's have them harvest that, so we'll have some, at least basic food. So that should have... Ooh, there's more over here, too. That should give us more than enough tasks for our current selection. Let's start with a small stockpile. Oh, actually, that is incredibly small. I take it back. We'll start off with a large one. Give them somewhere to store all this stuff. And let's go ahead and design our first building here, which will be our carpenter. Workshop, carpenter. Minimum of 2 logs and 1 rough stone. Now, let's see here. We'll slap them over here. Alright, so... I'll leave a little bit of room in the bottom left here. But I need 2. Alright, that's enough room for several workshops. It's actually a bit larger than it needs to be initially, but I like to make them a bit bigger than they need to be. Alright, we'll chuck a door in there, and we need to put the workbenches in. This will fit 3 at the moment. I could also pop a 4th one down here if I so desire. And yeah, let's pop some simple windows on here to increase the quality of the workplace eventually. Alright, so they will build that now as the resources come in. Now, one improvement over the duration of early access, which I absolutely loved, of course, other than the double speed button, which thank God they added a double speed button and minimap for after the longest time, is the ability for them to mine in stacks. So they used to mine like 1 log and it would drop on the ground. You'd have an entire area littered in logs. But now they'll actually mine entire stacks. And that's a stack of 5 timber. Because you imagine them chopping at the tree, getting 1 log coming back, 1 log coming back. It was horrible. What's your problem? You're idle right now. Do I not have enough jobs? Let me check my overseers. Oh, I know what the problem is. I know exactly what the problem is. I'm a damn fool is what the problem is. So, as we look at our overseers here, we have a bunch of unassigned workers, which I just assigned one of them. We can see what their talents are. So we started off with a couple scientists, looks like. Or no, 1 scientist. It's actually a pretty diverse crowd, it looks like. So we got 2 carpenters. This guy is a, what is he, a level 3? Oh, there we go. He's a middling carpenter. How are you? You're also a middling carpenter, so we'll go with you. So, we have a carpenter, we have a scientist, which will be useful later on. We have a smith. We have the naturalist, which will be good. Actually, we have 2 smiths. We also have a cook, which is fantastic. So, you're going to be my second guy that has 2. I'm going to make this guy my farmer. Unfortunately, I don't have a farmer or... what was the other job I was looking for there? Let me unpause this. I think it was just the farmer I was looking for. But yes, let's speed up time here a little bit. No sense wasting time. So we got a whole bunch of berries. That'll last us a little while at least. They're actually stacking it properly. I wish they would do that automatically though. That's another one of my peeves that never really got fixed throughout early access, is that they should just be stacking them into a single pile until their capacity for that pile has been reached, and then start a second pile. But they aren't doing that. They're leaving it to a second laborer to have to then move it around, which is a bit, you know, annoying. Same kind of issue happened with the inn, where they were picking up a single bit of booze from the stockpile and bringing that into the inn and depositing it instead of an entire stack, as much as they could carry, which was mildly annoying. Also, why aren't we building this yet? Oh, they're having a discussion. Looks like it's social time. Also, I did give them a variety of jobs, but a bunch of them are over now. None of them have question marks over their heads, so they're not idle. There we go. Looks like Tilly Thatchhewer is going to go ahead and build that up. Fantastic. So that'll be built pretty quickly. After that, I'm going to want to get some housing built, if I can. I'll probably do 2 beds per house, because they did change how the housing worked a little bit. So before you would just slap as many beds as you wanted into a house, but now you have to actually set it up so that the more lower, I think you want, was it 2 beds per house? if I'm not mistaken, as well as room for enough amenities for them. Oh, pause for a second here. Let's go ahead and assign our carpenter. And then immediately, well, I have to wait for the workbench to be built first, which will take a log. Close out of here. Basically, you can build the house, put 2 beds in it, and that'll give you a certain amount of population. Then you bring up the quality, that'll give you a certain more additional population cap, as well as, I think, building a table and chair or something along those lines. Also, again, increases the amount of population that you can have. And once you go beyond what you currently have, right now we have 9. So 2 laborers and 7 overseers, which isn't actually too bad. We do need a barracks too. I'll build the barracks before I build the bedroom, just because I don't want them getting really antsy that I don't have a barracks. Alright, let's go ahead and get you what you guys want. Ooh, I should clear that out, actually. Yeah, I'm going to clear this terrain here first, and then I'll build it there. Also, we got to start working on the crops immediately here. Okay, I'll pop that baby down there. Exit out, assign the other carpenter, who has another crewmate with him, and they will get to work on that farm. I probably should have done that earlier, but I wanted them to clear some more terrain. Likewise, let's go ahead and flatten this out over here. Alright. Have at her, lads. Are we done with those rocks yet? Nope, so I'm going to let that finish up before I designate these ones. It is time for beds. They're going to go in here and take a nap. The one thing, though, I wonder about is that I don't think you need to build enough housing for your current population before increasing your cap. I think you immediately start off with the, the cap as is for what you brought with you. Okay, that's done. So let's go ahead and pop in the barracks right over here. Yeah, I'll go right like this. This really doesn't have to be anything too huge either. Let's go do a simple 5x5. Should be more than enough. More than sufficient. Okay, we'll need some... Oh. Did they even change that some more? So never mind. Let me cancel that. Because it doesn't even need to be that big now. Because you used to put cots in there and they would sleep in there. But now it doesn't seem to be the case. So we'll just do a 5x4 then and lower the cost a little bit. Alright. So we'll chuck that in here. We'll set up a couple of these to raise the quality of the place. And we'll throw some windows on the front here. That should be sufficient right now. We really don't have anything else I can throw in there at the moment, so it'll be fine. Yeah, as you used to place cots in there, and well, I'd like to say that the military would sleep in there, but honestly speaking, anyone would go in there and sleep. They didn't really seem to distinguish between their rank and where they slept. So you'd have lower, just the lower tier workers sleeping in overseers' houses or in the barracks. So yeah, it was mildly annoying. So let's build a assembly workbench, as well as let me get some more planks here. Let me actually shift it here. Have them produce quite a bit of planks, because we're gonna need a lot of them. Also, beyond that, mine shorings. Between you miners and a very, very deep grave. That's new. Interesting. We also have this paper stacks. It's for the Foreign Office, Naturalist Office, and Training Academy. Needs this to operate. So, some places, they used to have a maintenance system where you would use up a certain amount of a resource every, 7 days, I think it was. And I believe they've changed that now just to requiring certain buildings to require additional resources to operate. We'll see how that turns out, though. So I'll let them build that up. We should be producing enough planks in the morning, and they should get to work on this maize field here. Get some basic stuff set up. Other than that, let's also get one more building established here. I need 2 planks. Well, I'll have to wait for the planks to be done then. So once the planks are made, I'm going to build myself a kitchen where we can get some basic meals produced. Also, let me have them. No. Here. We have them forge this in the back. Alright, looks like he's already building that. Well, it didn't exactly require a lot of resources, so I'm not surprised. Now, the workbench we will need for the building I'm getting up right now. They've definitely limited what you can build inside the carpentry shop here. Let me see your war face. That's a nice little achievement. Alright, so... Or do I have to use the assembly workbench in here now? They definitely changed things up. You can see the current building quality, so they're not going to be very happy working in here. I did get the 2 windows, but it's not enough. So it's still uncomfortable. Okay. Let me clear out of that for a second. Modules for the carpenter's workshop. Yes, it looks like the carpenter's workshop now uses the assembly bench. That is new. Alright, let's go ahead and establish it. We have a couple other modules in here as well. We have the decor workbench, the advanced workbench. So I'll actually have to build a bigger carpenter's workshop here after all. These are definitely new. The decor workbench just requires 2 planks. So I'm probably going to see about moving... Yeah, let's do that if I can. Well, we're saving here, so I can't do anything at the moment. But hey, once that's done, I'm going to see if I can move some of this stuff. Or maybe I can't move it anymore. I'll have to just build a new one. That's fine then, either way. Let's have them destroy those and build new ones so we can actually get another workbench off to the side here. Now, pausing for a second here so I can check out what this workbench can produce. Can produce the cots, so I'll have them make a couple of those later on. We'll make 4 cots to start off with. Loading doors, simple chairs, I'll need to make all of that. So yeah, we'll definitely have to alter things around here quite a bit. Alright, let's clear that out. Now, let's get the next building established here. Alright. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger than I usually would just because of the new systems in place. That should do it. That should be more than enough. Alright, so it'll require 9 planks to build that baby. Alright, let's get a door in here. Actually, let's get a door on both... No, let's not do that. I'll establish it right in the center here. That'll be good enough. Let's get a couple of stone ovens in place here. Go with 3 for now. Same as before, I'll put a couple of windows in there at the very least. Looks like I can put the assembly workbench in here, but I've never really found the workbench in the kitchen to be that necessary, to be honest. It just allows you to build certain canned items, which requires iron and all these other goods that, yeah, it's just not necessarily worth it. So let's go ahead and finish that up. Let them build. Now, building your houses or your buildings together can be a little more dangerous now, as fire does exist, and if one catches on fire, you're going to have a hell of a time in a short space of time. Alright, well, so I'll just put 1 plank on there just to get rid of that question mark for now. How are they doing in the maze field here? Let's pull that up. So in the first stage, they have done the work they needed to do, for the most part. Alright. How are we doing on the blocks over here? How are they getting there? Let's see about establishing some more tree cutting. There we go. Because we're going to need a lot of wood with what we're doing here. Let's cancel that. We're good for now. We actually have a lot of grapes. So we have enough grapes to last us a long time here. Now we can actually make some fruit wine with that too if I wanted. If I decided to build a certain workbench, or not a workbench, build it in the workbench there and chuck it in here. So we need a vat. Brewing vat, essentially. So just this as is should allow us to make some basic stuff. Now I do want to get some more workers here soon, some low-class workers, so we're going to have to establish somebody. Also, I think I'll get my other blacksmith as the military leader at the moment. So let's assign our kitchen worker here. Excellent. He'll come in and build all the modules. Next, let's assign the militia. And we can see what it requires. So they actually do require ammunition now. You have various kinds. You can see the damages and such for each. No special ammo is required for the basic pistol, though. So let's go ahead and assign. Oh, we actually have 2 guys. Art of War is 1, cooking is 3. Your cooking is actually 2, so let me actually give this to Basil here. Because he has more skill in it. Alright. I don't think anybody here has the any skill in the Art of War, sadly. Alright. I thought I had 2 blacksmiths. Apparently I had 2 kitchen workers, so I'll assign the lesser guy to work on that. There you go. So we have him in the barracks. Set to the pistol currently, which is the default. So good enough. Resume. Looks like the maze is starting to grow here. It's highly flammable, so we gotta watch out for that. I don't want to be burning down the house. Speaking of which, it's time to build a house. Get a basic laborer's house. Let me actually flatten the terrain here a bit more before I do that. There we go. That'll be good. I should probably establish a graveyard as well. Everything's looking pretty nice, though. Got a decorative lamp. Oh, lovely. We have a deer. Alright. Maze is looking good. What stage is it in? 4 of 5. So once it's done, it'll produce 10 units of goods. There are larger fields which will produce more goods, but of course they do take a lot more work. Alright. We have quite a bit of planks right now. We got our kitchen. They haven't built anything in it yet, but it is what it is. Alright. Hopefully someone will immediately get over here and start flattening out that terrain so that we can get our housing in place. Chop, Ahab! Chop faster! Good man. He's enjoying his new pistol, it seems. Oh, he's attacking the deer! I didn't know I had you had your hunting enabled. So we already have too many assignments right now. We have 7 assignments and 3 overseers not set to a workplace. Yeah, the rocks for 1, then we got a couple of these. Okay, let's stop at that one then. Let's cancel that one. Building this for another. Okay, that's done. Let's get some fungus stew, I guess. And we'll switch that to a minimum. So maintain a minimum of 10 fungus stew for now. Other than that, we will eventually have maize chowder. We don't have any yet. But I will also tell it to maintain a minimum of 20 maize chowder. You know what, let's go and head and up this. Because we're going to have a whole bunch of people here soon anyway, so we might as well go crazy. Let's click the workshop again. And assign something for this. Fruits medley. Oops, switch type. Maintain 10 fruit medley, please. That'll be more than enough for our current population. Alright, so everything else seems to be going fairly well for the moment here. We have a decent amount of stone blocks, but they're not getting this done. So I'm going to build a housing over here instead. I'll build another one over there later. For now, I need to get one established. Ooh, and then that happened. If I make it... That should be enough room if I go right there. I don't know, this will be fine. 5 by 5 should be more than enough. Done. Put a door in there. Let's go ahead and place down the cot. Oh yes, right mouse button rotates. Okay. We'll get some windows on the front. Go ahead and chuck some cabinets in. 3 cabinets. We might need some chairs later. I have to check once I've done building it. Because once it's built, it will actually give me a menu that will tell me what I need to upgrade it. Higher quality workplacing makes them more happy. Unfortunately, it's going to be a while before they're happier. Or before I can make them happy there. Let's clear that off. Everything else is looking good right now. Everyone's going to go chill. Looks like he made some fungus stew. I didn't even know they actually harvested the fungus. I'm like, you know what? I might as well use it. They harvested it, so I might as well use it. Got a little bit of sphalerite and some coal, of course. I'll need that later. Excellent. Hopefully someone will get around to that. We currently only have the 4 assignments, so we're good. Oh, there's some gold there, too. Shiny. Now saving. Please wait. Excellent. So things are going pretty well so far here. Might want to expand a bit north here. Let's actually make use of our soldier isn't really doing much right now. Also, I don't know if he harvested that deer, which is unfortunate. So if I go into my overseer position, down to him. Was it him, or am I looking at the wrong menu? I think I'm looking at the wrong menu. I think I can access it via the barracks itself now, yes. So I can rally the squad, and that will send him off to various locations. So he's now going to go over there in a moment, hopefully. Come on, Theodore! Rally, man! Weird. Usually he'd immediately run over there. Well, that's a good way to help explore early on, is to plop down a squad rally. Unless I have to place it in the, what we can see now. It's there. He's just choosing to disobey it. Awkward. Alright, let's take a look here. And yes. We put the cots up on high priority here. So I really want those built. So, if we open it up now, we can see that if I have 2 windows, it'll raise the population cap by 1. Just by building it, it increases the labor population cap by 2. So I'll get 1 more point if I have 2 windows. 1 if I have 3 cots. Oh, it requires 3 cots, actually. That's my bad. I thought it only required the 1. So, let's delete that. I'll plop a 3rd one down right there. Excellent. So we'll now have the 3 cots. We'll have only 2 of those right now, but I have to raise the quality to great. So to do that, we'll need some bric-a-brac to make this. Let's go with the long clothesline here. Alright. We'll put these different miscellaneous objects on the wall. Unfortunately, I can't produce any more. Hopefully that'll be enough to raise it up to good quality. Otherwise, I'll have to rearrange things a little bit. Actually, I have a way to do that immediately. We're going to put... Oh, nice. Immigrants arrived. We're going to put the... what the heck? Cabinet here for him. Bit of an awkward way to do it, but hey. So we got some more immigrants. Fantastic. Your colony progress, or what the hell? Research reports your colony's progress, and more importantly, ample housing has drawn in immigrants to your colony. Approaching from the border, you see 2 laborers. They seem to be doing well, as befits those braving the wilderness to a new colony. So it automatically recruited them. Usually before you had the option to say, no, I don't want it anymore. But by building something for them, or enough housing for them, it automatically assumes, okay, you want them. So we're going to put 1 person in the kitchen. 1 person in the farm. That should be good enough for now. And the cots are being produced now. Fantastic. Someone could go ahead and build those. Now, likewise, if we want to acquire more overseers, we need to... Excuse me. We need to build a medium quality house. Which would be this guy right here. That requires bricks, though, so we'll need a new building for that. But before that, I want to build at least 1 more basic house. And we now got rid of this over here, so I can do so. This time I'll do it 6 by 5, I think. Or no, 5x5 should be enough. Yeah, let's just go with the usual here. We'll keep them 5x5. Also, let me cancel off a second. Because I want to produce some more cots, please. Alright, now back to the modules. Let's go ahead and place them. A colonist spat. Oh, that's unfortunate. Alright. Simple cabinet. Whoops. Did not mean to click on you, sir. Apparently I have to change my view here with Q in order to build that. Now you should be careful when placing some of these because you can end up locking your citizens behind something and then they won't be able to get out of the house. Okay, let's see here. Perennial enemies Theodore Delver and Abigail Triangle have gotten to a particularly intense argument. Their shouting can be heard through the entire colony. Your hat is more bawdy than my opinion of foreigners. Boulder Dash! You might be the most impressive person I've ever seen. Surely there's no one more impertinent than in all the colonies. Their constant shouting is irritating the other colonists, and you've been asked to intervene. Will you handle this? I'll handle it personally. After all, we have no uninvolved barkeep, Vicar, or NCO. Dealing with it. Decide to handle it yourself after a few work shifts. We will know the result. Alright, so the maze is being finished off here now. All the bedding is in place for there. So let's actually get to work on the second one here. So let's produce another assembly workbench, because I'm going to need more than that. Let me double check here to make sure I can make bric-a-brac in this guy. I cannot. In that case, let me cancel that. And I'll switch this cot to building me a decor workbench. And I'll keep that as the highest priority right now. So with the decor workbench, you might be able to build the, or we should actually, it makes sense. It's called the decor workbench, and I'm trying to build decor, so yeah. Anyway, silliness aside, so this should actually be upgraded by 1, yep. So we got the +1 because we have, or +2 I should say, because we have 2 windows and 3 cots. Unfortunately, the building quality is still -2. These two will raise it up to 0, and then these should raise it to +3. I don't know if that's enough to get a good quality, though. So we might not be good enough to reach that. Eventually, though, when I get the ability to build rugs, I can put 1 here, 1 there, and get rid of these maybe if I have to. And that'll be enough to raise the quality up. Alright, we're looking good here so far. We are 30-odd minutes in, though, and I think I'll try and cut these at around 30 minutes videos for now, just to keep things small. But anyway, hope you've enjoyed so far. We will continue this a little later, where we will just keep on improving the colony, get a few more buildings up, maybe get the ceramics workshop built, and see where we go from there. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed, and I will catch you next time. Dragon out.